Hi, friends. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. It's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. Little Miss Ellie. She heard her name. Did you see her ear pop up when I said her name? How are you guys today? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great day. I'm just going to check here and make sure that that everything is working correctly. I'm checking to make sure I'm appearing on my page. Okay, there we are. Good to know. Um, Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are going to have fun today. We've got a pretty card to make with a bunch of different two different stamp sets, several different other goodies. So we're just gonna have a good time. Polly, Libby, good to see you. Renee, good evening to you. Is it 6 o'clock where you are? It's 3 o'clock here. Linda Leonhardt, good to see you. Um, yes, hello everybody. Yes. Um, I have to just brag. We have Colleen, good to see you. We have a gorgeous day today, and Ellie's been outside in the yard with her daddy most of the day. They've been playing around with the fountain out there and working on it. And I couldn't find her. Linda Brady, good to see you. Tina, good to see you. Windy and rainy Granite Falls, North Carolina. Oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, we fixed our hair. Ellie's bow kind of goes with our card today. That's why I chose that color. Marielle, good to see you. Um, anyway, it's been beautiful here, and so she was out with my husband. They were working on a fountain out in the backyard, weren't you? And she was zooming around and having a really good time, and then she came in and just you know how they do after they're running around. Um, Raining in Virginia. Okay, raining in Virginia. I saw that storm on the weather. I saw a big storm going across. I think it was what we had the other day. Yes, it does look like a St. Patrick's boat, and St. Patrick's Day is almost here too. Um, yeah, we're going to get more rain over the weekend, but I think what the East Coast has right now is what we had last week. Margaret Gordon, good morning. Um, Tonight you're going to get, oh, let's see, it's very hot in Sydney. Yes, you know what, Margaret? I was noticing, I saw that you guys had fires. You have fires in Australia? I know there's some big fires in Texas right now. And Linda says it's been raining in Pennsylvania all day. Tonight you're going to get the really bad winds. Yeah. Um, oh, Renee was woken up at 5:15 by tornado sirens. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's something we don't have hardly ever out here. We had, I think, one little one uh, a month or two ago, but yeah, there's just weather, just a lot of weather, but that's why we do our cards. We just kind of cocoon and relax and make cards. That's what I do. When I need to relax, I just come on in here and start playing with my paper and colors. And Margaret, very big fires in Victoria. Okay. Kay Phipps, North Carolina, good to see you. Um, yeah, our stamping is so good for us. It's so relaxing. Card making, paper crafting in general is so nice. I don't have any treats for you today, baby. Well, let's see. Do you know today is the 28th of February, and it's normally the last day, but we still have one more day tomorrow because isn't that what they say? Because it's leap year. I think that's why we have I think that's why we have a 29th tomorrow. So it's the next to the last day of February, and then a whole new month. So when I see you again on Friday, it'll be March 1st. I can't even believe it. I don't have any treats, baby. She's looking for a treat. Stamping keeps you from going insane, Linda. I totally agree. Sunny and 68, but windy. for K. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's almost March. I'm gonna put her down. She's ready for her nap. Okay, baby, there you go. So, you know what that means is tomorrow is the last day of celebration. We've been talking about it. Oh, it's the 29th already for you, Margaret. Yes. Holly, good to see you. Yes, you're a little bit ahead of us, aren't you? So, 2 more days of celebration, today and tomorrow. And so I just want to chat a little bit about that. You know what I wanted to tell you today, what I was thinking about telling you about why, Cindy Reed, good to see you from Canada, about why I love being a demonstrator and why I would encourage you to be a demonstrator if you haven't ever been a demonstrator. Um, and purchase the starter kit, which you know we have this great starter kit special. But what I wanted to tell you today is about all the friends I've made. And I haven't taken a lot of trips, but I've taken some trips. And I was looking at my pictures last night. I was just looking at my different pictures. On my blog, I posted a picture today at the bottom of my blog about a woman who lives in Canada, and it's probably 6 or 7 years now that I met her. She winters here in San Diego. They come from it's not the west coast of Canada, it's the east coast, and they come all the way down here and stay in La Jolla or Del Mar for 2 or 3 months. 3 months, I think, they winter here, she and her husband. And when she was here, the first time I got to know her, she was doing stamping. She still is doing stamping. And she wanted to find a card class, and she wanted to find a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego County. You saw her, Linda. Yes. So she contacted me, and she didn't have a car. They just get around, they walk in La Jolla and stuff. So she had a friend there. They know a lot of friends because they've been vacationing and wintering there for a long time. And she had a friend who didn't stamp at all, but agreed to bring her to my house up here in Escondido, which is really about 40 to 45 minutes away from La Jolla. My daughter works in La Jolla, and so I know how far it is. So they came up for quite a few years, and Ruth, who didn't know how to stamp, who was the driver, she kind of learned to stamp. It really wasn't her thing, but Edith loved it, and we became friends. And then we had COVID, and she didn't come for a couple of years. Now she's back, and Ruth, the one who drove her, is having eye issues and so doesn't drive so much anymore. So this year I went to see them. I went out to La Jolla and we had a lovely lunch together. And I guess that what I wanted to tell you is because that's just an example. They're precious friends now. And I just wanted to tell you that is something that Stampin' Up! Has afforded me. That's something that I think is afforded is like a money word. I didn't really mean that. But Stampin' Up! Has allowed me to meet a lot of wonderful friends. And they're all over the country. I've gone when every year we have an on stage where it's usually every year. They're kind of doing some virtual things and have been since COVID. But I've been to the LA area. I've been to Las Vegas. They had one on stage in San Diego years ago. And everyone came here. It was so much fun. One time they had them all over the country, so they had a little one in San Diego at that time. Cindy, it is a fabulous community. And I went to Atlanta one time. I've been to North Carolina. And now this year, next month, in just a couple weeks, I'm going to Houston. And every one of those places, I've met people, new people, and I've met people in person that I knew online. And I'm hoping to meet some of you, maybe in Houston this year, that we know online, but we don't know, face to face. And I guess I just wanted to say, if you are on the fence at all about joining Stampin' Up! And being a demonstrator, it really has been just a blast for me. And now I've been in it, I'm on my 12th year, and I would say that a majority of my friends are from Stampin' Up, whether they're just stampers or they're demonstrators or whatever. Yes, Tina is saying the same thing. She's a demonstrator too. And they're nice people. That's the whole thing. It's kind of like you don't really have to weed them out. Like a lot of groups you might be in, you know, I don't know. They're not you some people might not be so nice, but I'm not kidding you. I really haven't met a person in Stampin' Up who isn't nice and isn't interesting and fun to know. And I guess I just wanted to tell you that if you're not a demonstrator and you're thinking about getting the starter kit, it's a blast. And even though I'm in San Diego, you might live in another part of the country. We will meet during these events. We will see each other. And that's when that's when it's absolutely the most fun. So just a little plug for joining Stampin' Up and getting the starter kit, in addition to the fact that it's the best value for your money if you love Stampin' Up products, which I think everybody on here loves Stampin' Up products. We all do. And while we're at it, let's take just the quickest little peek. I'm just going to turn you down real quick at the Glass Mat Studio. This is, you can get this free when you join Stampin' Up today and tomorrow. And this is the beautiful glass mat. You can't totally see, there are flowers down here. There's a Stampin' Up logo up here. And today I'm going to be using the little chamois that comes with it. And you can't really get the stains out, but I've got it moist and ready to go. It gets the stamps nice and clean. And this is a cute little thing that you can put your, they call it a palette, and your stamp pads and things don't move around. So that is the Glass Mat Studio. Otherwise, you can get $30 extra in product. That's another option. So the other thing about today and tomorrow being the last day of celebration is, you guys know, most of you know, Robin, good to see you. She loves being a sweet stamper. That's kind. Thank you, Robin. I love it too. The other thing I want to remind you of is the free products are only available today and tomorrow. So all the free products that you can get with a minimum $50 order or a minimum $100 order, they're going to be gone after tomorrow. Gone. It's always a surprise if they would continue with any item. They're only for celebration. So in that vein, I wanted to let you know, some of you might have seen this card that I made yesterday and posted on my blog. It has strawberries that I used 4. Is this the one I used 4 products? I used quite a few Stampin' Up products, celebration free products on here. And one product was the strawberries. They are from the paper called, the designer series paper called Sunny Days, that you can only get during celebration. And I cut the little strawberries out because I thought they were so cute. But when I went to look on the inventory status report just a minute ago, that is the only celebration item that is already gone. The Sunny Days paper. So if you have the Sunny Days paper, you could make this card. I made the background from the watercolor melon stamp, those beautiful leaves that I like so much. I put there. This is more of the Sunny Days paper, right here. The hello is from, that's from another set. That's a celebration set. Let me see. You guys might know it. Heartfelt Hellos is a all sentiment stamp. So I used all those products on here, and everything's available except that Sunny Days paper. But you can do so much fun stuff with these products. So thank you, Holly. I don't want you guys to miss out, so I wanted to show you that. And today we're going to use, I'm calling this the leaving and the coming card, because I've got a product that is leaving and a product that is coming on. So let me turn you down and we'll see what we're doing here today. No, that didn't work. Okay. Whoops, hold on. There we go. Okay. So this is the card we're going to make today. And it's not as complicated. I looked back, and last Wednesday we made a fun fold that was kind of a complicated card. So this is the one we're making today. And can you guess what is leaving and what is coming? What products are leaving and there's one product that's leaving and one product that's coming on. So I couldn't let this go by without, where is my paper? Here it is. Without using again the absolutely beautiful, most adored paper. Okay, you guys, this has been my favorite paper of Celebration. In fact, there are some that aren't even in here because I've used them up. I saved a bunch though. I have a bunch that I saved over in the corner. I got quite a few extra packs of it because I love it so much. And I just think this is so pretty. Here are some more backgrounds. And I thought, for my last live during Celebration this year, I have got to use my beautiful, most adored paper. So this is it right here. That's the background paper right there. That is the most adored paper. And then what's coming is on March 5th, I'm going to take a little drink here of my calorie-less soda. I want to lose a few pounds, but I'm not one who loses weight. I never have had to, so when I think I might like to lose a few pounds, I try, but then I don't know, it never totally happens. Anyway, a whole different story. So beginning March 5th, we are having a whole ton of new online exclusives. 30 plus online exclusives are coming on. And I didn't really want to show them to you too much before we get started, before we're done with this. But I just had to use this one that I recently got called Sweetly Scripted. I love these script sentiments. You have a few packages of that DSP too, Cindy. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. This I love. I love these sentiments. I love the font. I love the curly lines. And so here I used, this is the new thing, the thing that's coming is A Million Thanks, is this sentiment from Sweetly Scripted. If you're a demonstrator, you can get it now. We've been in the pre-order period as demonstrators, so that's another fun thing if you become a demonstrator. But otherwise, it's not available till March 5th. And I just love that. So I used a thing going out, a thing coming in, and then one of my favorite stamp sets from the spring catalog is Just My Type. And it has some of the cutest, fun little things in here. And so today, we're just going to use this little pot and plant. Isn't that amazing? Hi, Eleanor. Good to see you. 69 degrees in Bakersfield. Wow. I love it that you guys give us weather reports. I just love that. Thank you. So, and this is a fun thing, is that you can just take one item from a stamp set and make a whole card around it. So that's what we're doing today. I'm using the little potted plant, and we're going to make a whole card around it. And just an FYI, the design, the pattern that I'm using for this is the Global Design Project design for this week, and so that's why it is the way it is, and I'll talk about it more as we go. So here's our card base, and this is not a hard card to make. We're gonna be a little more relaxed today. No big fancy fold. Thank you, Karen. Hello, Karen Pierre Marini. Good to see you. So here's our card base, and it goes in a landscape position when it's folded. This is 8.5 by 5.5 basic white, scored at 4 1/4. And let me just get my little bone folder out here, and oh, I have to get my glasses on. I can't see. It is a beautiful sentiment. Okay, so I like to match the edges, whoops, on this side, and then use the bone folder, and then it usually comes out correct. Okay, so now we're going to get our paper trimmer out again, and we're going to get our beautiful, a piece of, I don't really have any scraps the right size of our beautiful Most Adored paper, and so we need this to be 5 1/4 by 4. That's the usual side of a piece that you are putting on a card because it's in 1/4 inch and it gives you that nice white border. Okay, so here's our, let's make sure our card's right side up, and I'm just going to lay things out. We're not going to glue down anything until we get a little further on. So there's our pretty backing sheet. Now I have a kind of a large piece to do our stamping on today. And so this is a scrap, and here are my stamps. And again, this is from the Just My Type stamp set. And I'm going to use Memento Black and Granny Apple Green. I chose the colors not from the paper itself like we do many times, but I didn't choose it from that. I just chose it, actually, you know what, I just am using some of my favorites today. I love this gingham, black and white gingham ribbon. I really do. And so I thought I want to use that ribbon. So that's why I'm doing the little pot of the plant in black, and then I thought the Granny Apple Green looked good. So let's stamp 2 pots, and then we'll stamp 2 plants. Okay, and I want to leave room because I'm going to punch it out. So there is 1 pot, and I think I'll do the other one over here. There's another pot. Okay. And that is Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And here's our Granny Apple, and this works out really well to put the plant right on the pot because it's a photopolymer stamp and you can just see right through to get that plant right on there. And it's cute the way it fits around the pot, and it comes right down, the leaves come right down around it. Whoa, that kind of stuck. The glass mat is so great for photopolymer stamps. I never imagined that would make such a difference. Okay, so there are 2 plants. I'm going to leave this open because I'm going to use it in a second. Where is my punch? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to use the 2-inch circle punch, and we're just going to punch these out. Like I said, it's really an easy card. No die cutting. There we go. I'm trying to get everything even on all sides. So there are 2 circles. Okay, so let's just kind of put these on. This is what I like to do when I'm making a card. I just kind of test and see what I think. And the design that we're going after is 2 items at an angle with a sentiment going across in some way. If you look at the Global Design Project, some of you should enter over there. I think Polly Libby, I've seen her enter over there. It's a fun challenge. It gives you it gives you an idea of a way to make a card. Okay, so that looks good. Now let's stamp our sentiment. And I have a long a long 1/2-inch piece of basic white to give me plenty of room in case I make a mistake. This is a fun stamp set for lots of occasions. It is, Jan. Good to see you. So this is the stamp set, this is the stamp, A Million Thanks. These stamps in this new Sweetly Scripted online exclusive coming out on May 5th, they're really long. Look at how long they are. So truthfully, I think I probably should be using a stamp positioning tool, but I don't know. I just like to use my blocks. So I go at an angle that helps you to get it even, but it's so long, the stamp is so long, it doesn't even, it hangs over the edges. It's really a long stamp. And so in fact, I think I'm going to have it more like this, because if you can see, you know, it's good to look at your stamps. I'm going to hold it up so maybe you can see a little better. After the word here, there's like maybe a good inch of a swirl kind of thing. But after the beginning of A Million Thanks, there's just like a half an inch. So if you want things to be even, you have to know that this is short and this is long. And I do want things to be even, so I don't need to stamp all that, because it won't fit on my card actually. So that's why I'm letting that hang over. And then with this type of stamp, usually you add your ink this way by turning it upside down, the block upside down, and just patting like that. So let's see if this comes out. And it's nice because that's all straight down there, so you can kind of know where you're stamping. My piece is just a little bit not flat, so let's see if we get it right here. Yeah, it's a little crooked, don't you think? I think it's just a bit crooked. I think I wasn't paying enough attention. And you know, I'm going to do this for this end here. I'm going to just do this to kind of flatten that a bit. Okay, let's try it again one more time. Hello, Becky Schlossnagel. Good to see you. Okay, let's give it another try here. That looks better. It's not a particularly straight sentiment anyway, because it's so swirly. So I think that looks pretty good. So where are my little paper snip scissors? Here we go. All right. So just for right now, I'm just going to cut that off, and we'll see how we like it on the card. And I think we're going to have to cut it down. So what I did before is I didn't want my sentiment to go over any of the part of the stamp plants. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I think somebody's outside. It's okay, baby. So the first thing I'm going to do before I glue this piece down, we might be getting a delivery. Sorry. Okay. Shh. Let me look. It's just a delivery man. Sorry, it's just a delivery man. Okay. Come here. Oh, it's... There's my husband talking to him. Okay, we're going to tie a bow. Ignore that noise. We're just going to do our thing while they do their thing. Okay. Your dogs are barking, Cindy. I wondered. I know that happens. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why people think they can come when I'm doing a live. Goodness sakes. Okay, so I'm going to tie my ribbon around the left side so that it doesn't affect the design of the card at all as far as the pots. And I'm going to tie it in a bow, and just remember, a knot usually looks just as nice as a bow. So don't hesitate to go ahead and do a knot if you don't feel like making a bow. So I'm just going to do this like this, and yep. Okay, we'll try it one more time. One thing I like to do, a little hint for making bows, is to let the ribbon do its own thing. So for example, this is coming out flat and it's coming from underneath. So I'm going to wrap it so that it comes up from underneath. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't try to force it in a direction it really doesn't go. So that's one hint right there. And then this one is kind of coming down, so I'm going to not force it to go up. Anyway, I hope you know what I'm trying to say, is don't force it. Just go with the ribbon the direction that it wants to go, and usually your bow will come out better. But it didn't come out. It came out too loose. I really shouldn't have my nails this long. They're very It's hard to do these things. It really is. Okay, let's try it again. One more time. We'll get it. Okay, this should work. There we go. Okay, that's a nice bow. And then you just manipulate it until you get it the way that you want. You thought it was funny. Okay, let's see here. There we go. All right, now let me trim with my ribbon scissors. I'm going to trim my edges just like this. You know what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking, let's see, let me just test. I'm giving it a test to see if I like the way my bow is. I'm going to pull that one down. I think that'll work. Okay, here's our card. I may fiddle with that bow a little bit later. So here's our glue, and we're just going to put our glue on the back. There's the pretty side on the back. That's beautiful. Just like that. And we'll lay this down on the front of our card. And then I like that with our glue we can move it around a bit and get it even, hopefully pretty even. There we go. And I think I am going to trim these little edges a bit because I think they might poke into they might poke out. They're just poking out too far. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready for our circles, and we're going to put those up on dimensionals. And I'm only using one dimensional for each circle. They really don't need more. They just need one little dimensional. And I'm going to put one up here and one down below at an angle, just like the design, like this. Okay, and then we're ready to play with our sentiment. So this is what I was wondering. If the bow, I don't really want the bow to mess up the sentiment. Okay, that looks better. And what I'm going to do is trim, because I want this to really fit here, because we might want to use it as a real thank you note, right? And for this, it's really a snap. You just put a dimensional at one end and a dimensional at the other end, and in the center it will be sitting on top of the two circles, so you don't even need to worry about it. So we're just going to put it right across like that. Well, not quite like that. Hold. Let me see. Did I get? Yeah. Okay. So you can see everything of the two plants. Isn't that kind of cute? I don't think it's too bad. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and stamp on the inside. I'm going to get my ink out. I'm going to put a little pot on the inside and a pot on the outside. I hope they keep that ribbon too, Cindy Reed. And Cindy Howard, good to see you from North Dakota. Okay, so what we're going to do is put one little potted plant. You know, I think this set is kind of like an office. You can use it for someone that works in an office because it has the typewriter, and some of these things are kind of office-y. So if you know someone that works in an office, you can find some really, you could use some of these things for them. So there's the plant on the inside, and let's put a plant on the envelope. I was trying to guess what kind of plant this might be. What do you guys think? I don't know why. I don't even know what a Dieffenbachia is, but my mother loved plants, and that name popped into my mind. So, do you think it's a Dieffenbachia? Like I said, I really don't even know what that is. But my mom loved plants. I'm glad you caught me too, Cindy. Thank you for coming. Okay, so there's the envelope and there's the card. And I think it's pretty cute. I think somebody would really like getting this as a card, a thank you card. And I'll hold it up just a little bit more so you guys can see it up close. And I think the black gives it a nice little accent. So this is going to be the prize for next week. So if you put the word prize, this is what you're going to be getting for next week. But let's come back together here and see what the prize is for this week. Let me see. For some reason, it's kind of not. There we go. Okay, we got it. So the prize for this week, last week we used, thank you, I got my easy ruler. Do you want to see it? I showed it last week, I think. Cindy Reed is asking if I got my easy ruler. And several of you have asked me about it. I got my easy ruler. Here it is. It's very, very spiffy. It has, thank you, Linda. It has, instead of the little niches alone, the little niches that I call the little lines, they say 1/2, 3/4, 1/4. It's so nice. And I got it from Amazon, and it's called the Victor Easy Read Ruler. I'm working on getting a page on my blog for these things that I recommend from Amazon. And I'm working on it. It's taken me, it takes a little while to do it. But anyway, this is a very neat ruler I got. And I got the alcohol dispenser too, that we talked about last week, that you pop the lid off, and then this little thing, if you have your little cloth, you just tap down and the alcohol gets on your Kleenex or your paper towel, and then you can wipe off your glass mat. So very neat. Thank you guys so much for recommending. Thank you, Cindy. Okay, so the prize from last week was sponge daubers, because I believe we used some sponge daubers. I don't know for sure, but we used them on an orchid card that we made recently together. So there were quite a few of you who put down prize for the sponge daubers. And the winner, I haven't seen her here today, but usually she pops on, is Kathy Oertle, Oertle. And I have your address, Kathy, so nothing to worry about. I will get this in the mail to you. I love these sponge daubers. When they get, if I've used them too much, you can just get rid of one and use another one. And they're really great. 5 in a pack. I love them. So congratulations to Kathy. And happy leap year, all of you. Don't forget, if there's anything you wanted from Celebration, get it today or tomorrow. Tomorrow at midnight Central, I think, is the last day to get Celebration items. And if you're interested in getting the starter kit, same thing, get it today or tomorrow. I have a link up there, up above for Facebook, down below for YouTube, and you can join my team and meet lots of friends and have lots of fun.